Hi, today we're going to talk about Conjuguemos.com. It's a great site where the kids can practice their language skills in Spanish, French, German, Italian, Portuguese, Korean, and Latin. First, we click on Library. And for my students who are practicing their verbs, we're going to click on Verbs and we're going to this page. I would ask the students to click on Simple Tenses and it would just scroll the page down. And then I would ask the students to click on preterite tense, all verb types, since they've already learned regular, stem changing, and irregular verbs of the past tense. In this section, students have options. They can practice flashcards, they can assess themselves, or they can do games. I always choose games first, only because it's fun, it's interactive, and students are learning. There are options for them to play multiplayer games, and then there are single player games. I always have the students start with frog game. Once the students are in the frog game, there are 3 different levels that they can choose from. I always recommend the students to start with the easy, move their way to the hard levels. And the first thing that they get will be the directions. So it'll give the directions, it'll tell you what to use on the keyboard, which would be your left and right arrow buttons, as well as your space bar to select the correct one. They're going to see something like this, where they have the subject, they have the verb, and they need to conjugate it in the preterite tense correctly. So let's try it. So here is the subject and here is the verb. And the students have to select either moving back, left or right, and then they choose by selecting with the space bar. Again, here's a new one. So for every correct answer, this stays green, and then you get a brand new verb. However, if you make a mistake, then this green bar starts to go down, but the verb does not change. It allows the students to go ahead and try again until they get it correct. Once the students have mastered some of the games, they can tab out of here and they can go back to this page and click home and go back to the activity choices. If they have mastered it and they're comfortable enough, they can self-assess with a graded practice. In a graded practice, there is a timer defaulted to 5 minutes. Here, they will have a score, they will have a number of attempts, and it's as many as they want within the 5-minute limit. So they have to conjugate in the preterite tense, and they have to type in the correct answer. It is correct. Let's try another one. Here, you can choose an accent if it needs it, and it will change the vowel for you. However, if you make a mistake, it's going to give you the correct answer. Within the correct answer, all you have to do is go back, retype it correctly, hit the check button, and it will take you to the next one. So at this point, they're seeing what their score is, how many attempts, and what time is left on this assignment. If they are confused or they forgot, they could always click on hints. And hints is essentially what the flashcards would look like of all the conjugational formats of the verbs. So once they've looked at these, they can go ahead, click out, and then they can go ahead and type in the correct answer, and it'll change their score. Again, they have their attempt there and their amount of time left on this assignment. I prefer this to other websites only because it is a great website for students to practice in class as well as outside of the classroom. So long as they have access to internet, keyboard, and a computer, it's a fun way to polish their knowledge skills on any given unit that we are presently working on.